Hey y'all, what's up? How's it going? So, today we are doing the room tour. I took some of y'all's suggestions from whatever the last video I did, maybe the video before that, about some suggestions for the 500 subscriber special. And one of y'all said a room tour, which I thought was super interesting, mainly because my room is, if I do say so myself, decked out. So I thought that would be a cool thing to do. I saw a couple other suggestions about talking about like manga collection or like taste in manga. So I might end up doing that too. So just like stay tuned for that. I'll film that at another point in time. Anyway, let's get started. All right, we are entering my domain. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. All right, so this is my room. Here's a quick spin around. Here's me. Hey. I don't really know where to start. Let's just start at the door. Let's just do that. Cool, so this is my door. Not very interesting, it's just white, but I do have this really cool sign, and it is a like chalkboard material, whatever. I change it periodically. I don't want to say I change it daily or weekly because that is certainly not true, but I usually theme it after something I'm into, and right now it is based on Samurai Champloo. It says some days, some nights, and I drew like some little designs on it, you know, because I was trying to be fancy. But this is from the opening song to Samurai Champloo, Battle Cry. So. If you're familiar with that, then you know the reference, but y'all should know by now. Y'all should know by now that Samurai Champloo is one of my favorite animes of all time, so, you know, I gotta have it sprinkled throughout. Yeah. Okay, moving swiftly along. I think I'm just gonna start with the first wall. Yeah, we're gonna do this in walls. I have 4 walls, let's just start with the first one. Hey, so in retrospect, I thought I should describe the layout of my room to give a little bit more context as to how I've planned out my space. My room is quite small in reality, but that's never stopped me from cramming as much stuff as possible into it. I've just got 4 walls, you know, real basic, these 2 big windows, and then a built-in closet. Over the past year in #quarantine life, I've started to collect more figures and manga and other cool nerd stuff, so I've slowly and steadily been rearranging and adding shelves to maximize my space. I'm always wanted my space to feel organized but like aesthetically chaotic, so I have dedicated areas to specific series or a collection of items. So yeah, there's that. Here is my Princess Mononoke shrine. It's really a massive photo collage of various scenes from the movie. Princess Mononoke is not only one of my favorite Ghibli films, but my favorite movie of all time. I've seen it about 40 times. That is not an understatement. I'm obsessed. It took me about 3 days to put this together after painstakingly taping each individual picture together to form this wall. I also have 2 movie posters, one with Prince Ashitaka and Yakul, and one with Moro and San. I have these 2 really cool books. I try to collect as much Princess Mononoke stuff as I can, but it's really hard just because the movie is quite old, so I can't find stuff that's, you know, either readily available or it's just like really expensive, and like I'm not trying to spend much money on stuff like that. So below my Princess Mononoke shrine is the top of my first bookshelf, and as you can see there's quite a few figures along with some other art books that I have, and the most important part, Samurai Champloo shrine. So it may not look like much, but this is my very small Samurai Champloo shrine. Like I said earlier, this is one of my favorite animes of all time, and I have been steadily dedicating myself to collecting as much stuff as I can. I don't know what's with me and like trying to collect stuff that's super old and that I know cannot find, but you know what, it is what it is. So we have the two Samurai Champloo mangas. These, I just recently bought these. I found them on various places throughout the internet, and they were quite expensive because they're out of print and they're just rare in general. So there's those. So this is a super cool art book, which I will show you later. And these are all of the DVDs. It took me a minute to find them just because they are older. I would have rather had the DVDs separately instead of just like the regular 1-disc or 2-disc Blu-ray, just because you get to have all the fun like individual art in each disc. And as I said, I'm trying to collect as much Samurai Champloo stuff as I can. Plus these are like OG. So here's a closer look at some figures I have. So on this shelf I have Gara, Yui from K-On!, one of my favorite slice of life animes. I have this really cool calendar. It's Ace of Diamond themed, that I got a part of the Ace of Diamond oh my god, what's it called? Ace of Diamond zine. I like did a special unboxing in another video, so like check that out if you want. And then of course I have Rengoku and Tanjiro. I just recently opened Rengoku in a figure haul. This Tanjiro I got from one of my local bookshops at Book Off. It was so cheap. I was like, yes, I need one. And then of course, my favorite characters from Yu Yu Hakusho, Kurama and Yoko Kurama. Yes, I know they're the same person, but I felt like I needed to have both. Like, he's cool in both forms, like, come on now. Anyway, so this is the bottom half of the bookshelf where actually all of the books are stored. I won't go into all of the manga right now. I'll do a separate video on that. I just wanted to show y'all some of the figures I have. So I have Rohan from JoJo, Iwanaga from Inspector, and Chizuru from Rent a Girlfriend. I also have this super cute Rem. We have Best Girl, Rei from Evangelion, Homura from Madoka Magica, one of my Mirio figures, and Asuka. So this first one is Princess Mononoke. I found this at a Japanese bookstore. It's completely in Japanese, but it is essentially a picture book. I mean, it has words, obviously, but it's kind of like a simplified version of the Princess Mononoke like movie, with like some actual text and things. And honestly, I bought it more for the actual pictures than anything else. Plus it's in really good condition because this book is very old. I think I looked at the date and it was somewhere, it was like, I think it said 1998, 1999, which was close to when the movie came out in 97. So yeah, but I saw this for like a couple bucks and I had to buy it, obviously. This is one of my prized possessions. This is the art of Princess Mononoke. I bought this at a con. Ooh. A couple of years ago. I want to say more than 5 or 6 years ago. And this is one of the original, like, first editions of it. And I saw it immediately and I was like, I'm buying this. And this just has all this really gorgeous artwork, keyframes, interviews with some of the animators, including Miyazaki. So, you know, this will stay with me forever. So this is the recent Toilet Bound Hanako-kun art book. This author, oh my god, like, they are so underrated. Their art style is gorgeous and they use like 4 million colors that I didn't even know existed, but I love their art style. And Hanako-kun is a very underrated series. I wish more people would like read it and watch it because it's really good. Second is the Promised Neverland art book. Nah. I know there's some like recent controversy with second season of Promised Neverland. I don't want to talk about it because it doesn't exist. That's how I feel about it. But this book came out, oh god, I think I got this like a month ago. And this is all of the artwork from the author, including like keyframes and things. Their artwork is also unparalleled. Look at that. That's crazy, is it not? But yeah, Promised Neverland is probably one of my favorite series in the past couple of years. The manga is amazing. I think even before the anime came out, I was already into the manga. And as soon as I started reading it, I said, this anime is gonna slap. Like, this is gonna be so good. So, needless to say, I am very disappointed. Next art book is Demon Slayer. I have 2 copies because one came damaged. There was like this little itty bitty bend right there. And there was a small rip somewhere. Oh, like on the spine part, this paper thing. And so the company sent me a new one. A brand new one wrapped. So now I have 2. I feel like I need to do something with this. Maybe I'll sell it or give it away. I don't know. I feel like I don't need 2 books that are exactly identical. This, I had to get this obviously because it's Demon Slayer. Like, who doesn't love Demon Slayer? And this is my second, I would say my second out of a couple prized possessions, and it is the Haikyuu art book. Oh my god. When I got this, I think I cried upon arrival. Like, as soon as I got in the mail, I knew it, and I just opened it, and it was like the gates of heaven. Like, I was just like, when they dropped this book, first of all, I didn't know it was this thick. It's 400 pages. I was like, first of all, when did Fudodate find the time to draw all this stuff? 1, but also 2, like, I think this is truly like the best gift you can give any Haikyuu fan because it is just an amalgamation, a timeline, if you will, of all of like the entire series pretty much. And it honestly feels like I grew up with these characters. I feel like I raised them. Like, I'm like, oh my god, they were so tiny and now they're adults. I almost forgot. Here's the Samurai Champloo art book. Another obviously prized possession. This one is less art and more like interviews with Watanabe and like interviews with the musicians and stuff like that. This is really, really in depth. And this one's actually in English, unlike some of the other ones that are pretty much in Japanese. And I didn't know how rare this was until I bought it. I bought it used for like $20 somewhere, some website. And then I found out that they're out of print and they don't make these anymore and people are selling them for like $300 and $400. And I was like, so I'm never letting go of this copy ever. It doesn't matter. Like, someone could pay me $1 million. I'd be like, no, I'm keeping this. So there's that. Alright, so next we have the back of my door. And as you can see, it is completely covered in Jujutsu Kaisen. These are like a collection of posters and like Shonen Jump covers and whatever else I can find that has Jujutsu Kaisen in it. It goes up here. Granted, I am running out of space now, mainly because of these 2 bottom posters. And of course, like, we have to feature Gojo as much as possible. So he's there and there and there and there and there. I got most of these posters from the various calendars, magazines, and Shonen Jump issues I bought. I tried my best to make this look artistic, so instead of just throwing the posters on the door, I bought some extra copies of Shonen Jump and ripped out the pages of some of the recent Jujutsu Kaisen chapters and used it as the background. This is from the Shibuya arc, so spoilers, but not really. So moving right along, we have this bigger main wall, and it has a collection of items, as you can see. So let's start from the corner. So up here, or really just this whole little section, is my whiteboard. It is actually whiteboard paint that I like painted onto the wall. I got bored like 2 or 3 years ago, and I was like, I want somewhere where I can write all my thoughts and like all the things that I'm reading and watching so I can keep up with it. And it turned into this. So I kind of decorated, you know, put those fancy like drawings in the corner and stuff. I have a quote of the week, which often turns into a quote of the month. And right now it is yada yada dawa, which is Jolene's quote from JoJo. I got so excited with the announcement of Stone Ocean. I was like, I have to dedicate the quote of the week to her. So there it is. But yeah, there's just spaces for like what to do or like things I need to do. And then this side is like shows and mangas that I'm currently reading, so there's that. Y'all are always like telling me in comments like, read this, or like you should check out this. I'm telling y'all, based on this list that I have, and which that is not even all of it, I'm reading so much stuff outside the channel. So I'm still seeing your suggestions and stuff, and I'm adding it to my list of like things I should check out, but I promise you I'm reading so much stuff outside of the channel. Below that, we got some posters. So we got a couple of posters here. So the first one in the corner is obviously Demon Slayer. I think I got it out of like a magazine or something. Below that is this really cool comic called Omega Black. I met the author, illustrator at a con, and he gave me that poster just for like talking to him and checking out his stuff. It was super cool. Next to that, I have some posters, magazine cover, and a clear file cover of Millionaire Detective, which was a show that came out 1 season ago, 2 seasons ago, I don't remember, but I love this show, mainly Daisuke. I would love to be swept off my feet by a very rich man such as him, but I love the show just in general, and I wish it had another season. Above that, it's a BTS poster. I need to pause here because I need to explain my history as a BTS fan real quick. I never really talk about this because I hate being associated with K-pop fans in general, especially the crazy ones, like the ones on Twitter. But I have been listening to their music since 2015, and honestly, I'm a fan of their old stuff rather than their new stuff. BTS is one of my favorites, but I'm a super casual fan, trust. Okay, moving on. Since I'm down here, I will just show y'all my second bookshelf. It is completely identical to the one here, but obviously different books and things. I will show y'all some of the figures I have in here because they are very cool. So I have this really cool Gojo acrylic stand. I have a lot more coming because I found a place to buy them that aren't super expensive. More on that later. Here, it's very clear. It's a Gojo light and it says, oh, let me see if you can see that. It says Infinite Void. Yeah, I have another one down here and it's Bokuto from Haikyuu. Anyway, I'm trash. Here is my collection of my figures. I am a huge fan of from Bunny Girl Senpai. It's actually one of my like top 10 animes. I should do a video on that. Anyway, below that I have some other Demon Slayer figures, Haikyuu, who is one of my favorite characters, and a Nosuke. And I have here a Ren figure from Blue Exorcist that I just recently bought. I hadn't even taken out the box yet, I think because I'm scared, because it's like new, never been opened and like sealed, and I'm like, should I do it? But I might, I just haven't done it yet. And right here at the bottom we have a little Alphonse from Full Metal, and I have one of the Full Metal pocket watches. I don't think it works anymore, but you know, we still keep it because it's cool. So above my bookcase is my pet snake. Yes, I said snake. So here's just a little 360 of his terrarium, his tank. I think he's chilling right now. Let's see if I can get a shot of him. Oh, there he is. So this is Houdini. He is a ball python. I've had him for about a year now, but his story is actually way more complicated than that. So this is Houdini, as I said. I wanted y'all to get a little bit of a closer look at him. There he is. So he is a ball python. He's been with me for a year, but actually known him longer than that. He used to belong to my 11th grade biology teacher in high school as like a class pet. But once she left the school, Houdini got passed on to one of my best friends, and she was keeping him for like years. And then when I came back from college about a year or so ago, my friend has a lot of animals and she eventually kind of like ran out of space for pets, so she asked if I could take care of him, and I've been taking care of him ever since. Above my pet snake's home is my Ace of Diamonds shrine. Yes, it is another shrine. Why are we surprised? Back at it again with another shrine. Here's another portion of my wall dedicated to Ace of Diamond, or Diamond No Ace, or just Daya. Similarly to the Jujutsu Kaisen door, this is a collection of various calendars, posters, and prints that I've collaged together. I think I am most proud of this particular area of my room because Dai is one of my favorite animes ever, but also Dai stuff is really hard to find. Up top, I have all 47 volumes of the manga. I have a couple volumes of Act 2, but I haven't started collecting it fully yet. I will soon though. I've also got some random merch up there, like a towel, bags, standees, keychains, and some plushies of Miyuki, Samura, and Haruichi. Moving on. So next to the Ace of Diamonds section, we have some more figurines. Starting at the bottom, first of all, before I even get started, these are like the coolest looking shelf things. I installed these a couple of months ago, and they're like different sizes, and I was like, these are gonna be perfect for my figures. Starting at the bottom, we got Todoroki pop figure, followed by an actual Todoroki figure. Above that, we got Shinso from My Hero, and above him is Shinji from Evangelion. And way at the top there, yes, another Mirio. Alright, and moving to the next corner slash side of my room. Lots of art and things happening over here. So in this corner of the room, we got some more posters. Obviously Jujutsu Kaisen, followed by some Final Fantasy posters. Quick note on Final Fantasy. This is probably one of my all-time favorite video game series next to Legend of Zelda and Assassin's Creed. Final Fantasy X was my first game, 13 is my favorite. I wish I could marry Lightning on the spot. Please talk to me about Final Fantasy if you are a fan, because I need friends. Thanks. And above that is this very crowded shelf of things. So from left to right, we got this Christmas card that I made for my friends that has a tiny Gojo. We have a BTS album, a Wonder Woman action figure. I don't know why I have that, but I have that. A Kakashi figure. And a lot of superhero stuff. There's a couple of different things. Thor action figure, a Captain American action figure. And then behind them is Spider-Man, Black Panther, and Killmonger. Hold on, I can't just pass up the superhero stuff. I am a huge Marvel fan ever since I was a kid, but even more since the MCU started. Black Panther is my favorite, followed by Spider-Man. I do like DC stuff, but the only stuff I remotely care about is Justice League and Static Shock. Catch me at the next MCU movie premiere. Spider-Man is specifically Miles Morales, and then I have like a Loki up there, I think. Behind that is some Voltron stuff and a lightsaber. Alright, so this is the top of my dresser. There's me. Hey. So we have a lot of artwork. These are all done by an artist that goes by Crumb's Art. I will like link his stuff in the description. He essentially takes popular cartoon, anime characters, whatever, and he gives them melanin, as you can see, and I am a fan of anything that has to do with melanated characters because it's nice to have characters who look like you, even if like they're not canonly like that or whatever. So we have Kilowatt and Gon from Hunter x Hunter, Danny Phantom, which was one of my favorite cartoons growing up, followed by Static Shock, another one that was also my favorite, Toad Sage, Naruto, Hawks, Shishomaru, and then behind here is Team 7 from Naruto, obviously. We have my vinyl player, my record player. I just recently started getting into vinyls. I have a collection right there that the other Miyuki plush is protecting. Yeah, I've been getting into that, and I've always wanted one, but I don't know. I just like never had the opportunity to get one, so now I can. And on top of that is this massive Eva 01 figure from Evangelion. It's like, here's my hand for comparison, it's huge. This is my newest prized possession. This is the Samurai Champloo vinyl that obviously is going along with my Samurai Champloo collection. They're super rare, super expensive to get. Fortunately, I was able to get one for inexpensive through some plugs that I got. But yeah, I've been playing it nonstop. It's like actually in the vinyl player as we speak. Next to that, I have this massive figure of Dio that I just got. It is way too big. It's probably on par with the Eva figure. I have a picture of my family, my brother, some other little like knick-knack things behind there somewhere. I have a Harry Potter wand, a couple actually, and these two figures from My Hero, Dabi and Shigaraki, because I am a huge, and I mean huge, villain fan. Above my bed, we have the Zelda corner. Ooh. I really wanted to make this section the most aesthetic as I could. These are a collection of stained glass posters from Wind Waker, followed by this fabric runner that I painted, featuring Courage, Power, and Wisdom, which are the 3 parts of the Triforce. Up top, I have a Zelda encyclopedia and the Art and Artifacts book, some Zelda manga, posters, a heart container lamp that I got from my best friend, and 2 plushies of Breath of the Wild Link and Wind Waker Link. Also, we cannot forget the coolest part of my collection, my Master Sword. Oh yeah, and some Star Wars action figures too. Moving on. And then we've come to this wall. So there's a couple things going on here. This is just like a collection of photos and other knickknacks that I don't have like another place for. So in this kind of first section, we have some Japanese manga, some Naruto, and I think behind that's Inuyasha. This very small figure, which is Popoda from Working. It's one of my favorite slice of life animes. This little basket here, and right next to that is some more Jujutsu Kaisen stuff. That artwork there is by the same person who did those. And next to that is a Yuji plushie, this really cool Gojo keychain that I got, followed by the Jujutsu Kaisen art book. And just recently, and when I say recently, I just recently got the Jujutsu Kaisen fan book, and let me tell you, it's the best purchase I've ever made. But yeah, pretty much next to that is just photos over the years of like all my friends and like cool stuff I've been to. In that corner is a drawing or a painting of Shinso from My Hero. And below that is a poster of Lore Olympus signed by the author Rachel Smythe, who I was able to meet at a con 2 years ago. And this is obviously another collection of photos and things. This basket has a collection of magazines. A lot of them are Jujutsu Kaisen. I think my Ace of Diamonds zine is back there. A picture or art of Bokuto. This really cool A, I think you can see it. Yeah, it's like holographic and it's Black Panther. I think this was just made for me. And we got some like little plushies. It's like a really old Sebastian from Black Butler one, Sailor Jupiter, and some little craft things. This is like this jar that I keep like notes people give me, and I themed it Naruto. It has 4th Hokage's cape. And this is very cool. So this is actually a no-face coin bank. I think it's on, I don't have any coins right now, but you'll put the coins here and then it'll lay itself down. And then music will play. No Face swallows the coins. And then he burps. Alright, we're getting to the last little corner of my room. This is my Switch though, that I don't play that often. I custom made this case, which is Princess Mononoke, as you can tell. Bam, there's the title and stuff. Here above my TV is a collection of corkboards, and this just has a bunch of like other knick-knack type of things. A lot of really cool like keychains and stuff that I've collected over time. So this artwork is really cool. I work with kids, and one of my students drew this for me, and because he knows my favorite character, or one of my favorite characters from My Hero is Todoroki. He drew that for me, which I thought was super sweet. And above that is this really cool watercolor of Haikyuu that my friend gave me. Aside from that, it's just like a collection of random anime stuff. Lots of Ace of Diamond buttons, some Yu Hakusho stuff, obviously a lot of Haikyuu stuff. And above that is my JoJo poster. I have these little blank areas because I am intending to make a stone mask, which is from part 1, and the golden arrow, the Requiem arrow from part 4 moving on. I just haven't done it yet, but when they're done, I will show y'all, and they're gonna look sick. And now we're on to the last part of my room, the other sports anime section. Here we have the Haikyuu corner. It's very Karasuno-centric with my Karasuno poster, clear files, and tiny handmade fly banner. I also got a cute little postcard, acrylic sand, and Haikyuu zine up there too. The second poster is my favorite because it is the illustration for the final chapter 402, which includes every single Haikyuu character throughout the series. Honestly, it's so impressive. Thank you for the date. Next to all of that is some Haikyuu artwork. The Hinata and Kageyama were illustrated by one of my college friends. The little Polaroids I actually made myself on Photoshop and printed them. I had to include the big 16 somehow. Also, we got some posters and artwork from the Daya Ace zine. Love all of these so much. And finally, this cool photo string. I printed out like 100 Studio Ghibli screenshots, and now and then I'll randomly switch them out for like a new rotation of pictures, because who doesn't like to look at gorgeous scenery from Studio Ghibli? So that was my room. Clearly I am a collector, and let me tell you, I am constantly changing everything in my room. I'm always moving things around, especially when I have to add things to it. And I'm gonna let you know right now, I have about 40,000 figures coming in the mail, and also a lot of manga. So yeah, which I should probably stop because I think I'm running out of space. My room is clearly not that big, but it's okay. We don't need to get into it. Thank you so much for watching, y'all. I hope you enjoyed. Again, thank you so much for 500 subscribers. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Y'all already know that, but I feel like I gotta tell you again. Look forward to the manga video. I will break down what's in my bookshelves along with just like my manga taste in general, so y'all can see that too. Thanks for watching, y'all. Hope you enjoyed. And of course, keep snacking. Come by.